Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the art of soccer defending. We're going to break it all down, from those intense one-on-one battles all the way up to how an entire defensive unit works together. This is all coming straight from a top-tier coaching masterclass, so let's jump right in.
All right, so what is it? The ultimate embarrassment for any defender. What do you think it is? It's that moment, you know the one, when the ball gets slipped right between your legs, the nutmeg. Yeah, that's the one. But you know what? Avoiding that is really just the beginning. Real elite defending is built on something much, much deeper.
And here they are, the three core principles: pressure, cover, and balance. Seriously, these three words are like the DNA of any great defense. You've got pressure on the player with the ball, you've got cover for your teammate, and you've got balance for the whole team's shape. Burn these into your brain, because we are going to see them pop up over and over again.
Okay, first things first, we have to start at the foundation, the most fundamental part of defending, and that is the one-versus-one duel, the individual battle. This is where it all begins, where your personal skill and your smarts are really put to the test.
So, how do you handle that chaos of a one-on-one? Well, it's not just about running full speed at the attacker. No way. There's a process. Step 1, apply immediate pressure. Close them down. Step 2, think about your angle of approach. You want to force them one way, maybe to their weak foot or toward a teammate. Step 3, as you get close, you slow down. This is key. You don't want to fly past them. And finally, step 4, you delay and jockey. You're basically buying time, staying with them, and waiting for them to make a mistake.
And your body shape is absolutely crucial here. Just look at the difference. If you're standing square like this, you're flat-footed, you're slow to turn. And yep, you're a perfect target for that nutmeg we talked about. But if you get side on, oh, that's a whole different ballgame. Now you're ready to run. You can push the attacker where you want them to go, and hey, it's a lot harder to get nutmegged. Okay, so here's a great little pro tip. How do you know if you're at the right distance? The coach gave this simple but brilliant cue. Use your arm. If you can reach out and touch the attacker, you're probably too close. One quick move and they're past you. So think about keeping that arm's length distance. It's a perfect visual guide.
Now, this is so important to understand. Winning the ball isn't always about some heroic last-ditch slide tackle. Actually, that's usually a last resort. The best defenders win the ball in smarter ways. Sometimes, yeah, they'll tackle, but more often than not, they just apply so much intelligent pressure that the attacker messes up. Or they're patient, they read the game, and they just step in and intercept a lazy pass or a clumsy touch.
Okay, so we've got the one-on-one down. Let's build on that. Time to scale up to the 2-versus-2 partnership. And this is where it gets really interesting, because it's not just about two good players anymore, it's about how they work together. Communication and coordination are everything here. So in any situation with more than one defender, the first thing to figure out is, who's the first defender? It's simple, really. It's the player closest to the ball. And their job, it's to do everything we just talked about in the 1v1. Get there fast, get side on, and try to cut off their options. Basically, make it a one-on-one battle.
And of course, if you have a first defender, you've got to have a second defender. Think of this player as the ultimate backup, the insurance policy. Their job is to provide cover. They hang back a little, always goal side. That just means between the attacker and the goal. And they're positioned so they can see both the ball and the other attacker. They're ready for anything. Okay, I absolutely love this next analogy. The coach describes the relationship between the first and second defender like a seesaw, or a teeter-totter. Just picture it. The ball is with one attacker, so one defender is up, applying pressure. When the ball gets passed to the other attacker, this seesaw tips. The defender who is up drops back to provide cover, and the one who is providing cover steps up to apply pressure. It's this beautiful, constant, fluid movement. All right, time to zoom out again. We started with one player, then we looked at a pair. Now let's look at a whole unit, a 4-versus-4 situation. And this is where our three big principles, pressure, cover, and now, finally, balance, all come together to create a solid defensive wall. When you get into bigger groups, you need a new role. Meet the third defender, or the balancing defender. Now this player might seem like they're not doing much because they're a bit further from the ball, but their job is so important. They provide the depth and the balance for the whole group. They're the ones who see the whole field, who communicate, and who make sure the team isn't vulnerable on the other side. So, what should this shape actually look like? Well, a really common mistake is for defenders to stand in a flat, straight line. That's super easy for an attack to cut through. Instead, the coach uses this brilliant visual, the hockey stick shape. See how it's staggered? It's not flat. This shape forces the attacking team to play in front of you.
It makes their next move predictable and stops them from playing those killer passes in behind you.
And this just shows you how fluid these roles are. They're not static at all. Look here. When the ball is with the guy player A is marking, then A is the first defender, B is the second, C is the third. Simple enough. But what happens when the ball gets passed over to the guy player B is marking? Bam! The roles instantly swap. B becomes the first defender, A drops in to become the second, and C shuffles over to stay in balance as the third. It's like a constant dance, a non-stop, intelligent rotation. Okay, we've talked a lot about the what to do and where to be, the physical and the tactical stuff. But none of that matters really if you don't have the right mindset. The last piece of this whole puzzle is the mental game. And it really boils down to one single quality. And that quality is patience. That's it. The best thing a defender can be is patient. Think about how many goals happen because a defender gets impatient. They dive into a tackle, and boom, they're beaten. The whole defense is thrown off. A truly great defender waits. They wait for the attacker to make a mistake. They wait for the perfect moment. They never force it.
The coach has this great little saying for it: look like a player. And that's what patience looks like in physical form. It's your whole posture. A low center of gravity, you're on the balls of your feet, you're side on, you look ready to spring in any direction. That stance, that presence, it shows you're ready for anything, and frankly, it makes you a much more intimidating defender.
So let's wrap this all up with a big question for you to chew on. After everything we've talked about, all the principles, the positioning, the patience, what do you think is really more important for a great defender? Is it pure athleticism, just being the fastest and strongest player out there? Or is it the tactical intelligence, the ability to read the game, to understand your role, and to move as one part of a bigger machine? It's that classic question, right? Brains versus brawn. And when it comes to the true art of defending, you might find that the brain is the most powerful weapon you have.